Okay, now it's the time we are moving forward to the last module of this particular course, which is create a knowledge mining solution with Azure AI Search. Undoubtedly, Azure AI Search is one of the very important service of Azure. Why? Because this is a service which is allowing you to convert your normal data into searchable index store, which can be a JSON specific index or it can be a vector index as well. I think if you remember in the previous modules, somewhere in one of the module which was focusing on Foundry IQ, we have already used Azure AI Search service practically in the lab. Well, in this case, we are going to use Azure AI Search service, but understanding of this particular search service in this module is little different. We are not going to use this thing just for a Foundry IQ. In this particular one, I want you to understand that what exactly knowledge mining solution is all about and how Azure AI Search service can help you with that. So let's just start it with this. So what exactly is Azure AI Search service? As the name suggests, this is a search service. And same like all other search services, this allows you to create an index. If you have used any kind of a search in the past, maybe you have used Elasticsearch or Fast Search or whatever is there, every time when you want to do a proper search, you have to create a cluster column index or some kind of an index association with that. That index allows you to grab the information in a much better way. Now, same way, Azure AI Search is actually allowing you to do intelligent indexing. This can allow you to index documents and data from a range of sources, including images. And then, on top of that data, it can actually do something which is known as AI enrichment. There are so many pre-built AI skills which are available in AI Search service, which allows you to enrich your index data with those AI skills. Also, if you want to build some kind of a custom AI skills, that is also possible to do that. Think about this. If you have some documents and data, you can use a language skills of AI, which is basically going to do key phrase extraction or maybe language detection or maybe entity linking kind of things. Or maybe it can do sentiment analysis, it can do OCR, optical character recognition, using vision services and all. So all the AI skills are basically available inside AI search service. And you can take your normal data, you can apply the AI skills on top of the normal data, and then you can prepare an index from that. And after this, you can also do vectorization. It supports agentic workload, which means that the index which you're creating is going to be stored in a vector format. And that vector index is going to be used by your language model while retrieving the content, while generating the content. Where exactly you can use Azure AI Search? As I told you earlier, we have already used this thing in Foundry IQ, where we were implementing this thing for the RAG. But yes, it can be used for three purposes. You can use it for enterprise search, which is going to powering websites and apps for find information in a much faster way. RAG for generative AI, where grounding LLM prompts are going to be associated with your vector index. And for knowledge mining, which we are focusing right now, which is turning your massive document libraries into a data assets for analytics. And these are the three different core applications where Azure AI Search is applicable. The second one is something which you have already seen. The third one is something which we're going to see in this module. Now, this is a very important slide. And this is basically a 2 steps or 3 step slide which I want you to understand here. Whenever you are trying to extract data with an indexer of Azure AI Search, indexer is basically some kind of a runtime engine, which is going to take your data, is going to apply the AI enhancements or AI skills on top of it, and then using this is actually going to create an index. Now, the whole process is actually visible here in the slide. If you see here, first an indexer is going to extract data from the data sources. You think about this, that this is a place where we have our data sources and all the data files are available inside this. Initially, it's going to do document cracking, cracking, chunking kind of things are going to be happening in this, which retrieves the text content from the sources. Then on top of that data, an enrichment pipeline is going to iteratively build JSON representation of each index document. So this is basically somewhere here is actually going to apply some kind of a AI enrichment on top of this data. Actually, even not here, even before this process, there will be something here. And that is going to do the enrichment kind of thing on top of this data. After this, the field for each document can be extracted from the sources. For example, file name, date, size. You can choose which fields you want for this. And then it's going to give you an inferred or generated in the enrichment pipeline. The result is nothing but an index containing all of the index document, and that's going to be the final result which you will receive at the end of this. Now, the same process, if I just go a little bit more in depth into this, then it will look like this. As I said, when you're dealing with this, there are so many AI enriched built-in and custom skills is what you can apply here. You can say this is a language service, this is document intelligence service, this is vision service. We're actually applying all these AI services on this existing documents, and that is what enrichment or basically AI enhancements is actually happening here. So there are so many built-in skills which are available, as I said. Maybe you can detect the language that the text is written in. You can detect and extract places, location, and other entities in the text. You can determine and extracting key phrases with the body of the text. You can also do translation from one language to another language. You can identify and remove the PII, personally identifiable information. You can extract text from the images using OCR. You can generate captions and tags for the describing images. You can use multimodal images and text vectorization. All of these things are basically going to happen in this AI enhancements or AI enrichment kind of thing. If built-in skills are not enough, you can also build your own custom skills. You can use things like custom functions or Azure functions kind of thing, where you can implement custom logic and then return the fields based on an input. Often wrappers around services like Azure Language is going to be working here, and you will be able to use your custom skills as well. At the end of this process, what you will get an index which is created with the help of this process. And remember, as I said, this index can be in the JSON format or it can be also in the vector format as well. Depends upon the configuration which you're choosing. Once you have index available, as I said, the final output of this is nothing but an index, which is searchable index. Once you have index available, you can search an index, and in this index search, you can specify and configure as different things. Like you can have key searchable, filterable, sortable, pasteable, and retrievable. Basically, you can choose which fields you want searchable, which fields you want filterable, which fields you want sortable, pasteable kind of thing. Now, these details which are mentioned in this particular slide are there, but you can see right now I can maybe choose search for New York, select the title, location, key phrases, filter by authors equals to reviewer, and order by this. So basically your simple querying or searching which you're doing is basically going to be based on this index field configuration which you're doing inside this. And this is exactly the same thing which we will be trying in the next lab. Remember, these all the configurations are basically available on your Azure portal itself. So when you're going with Azure AI Search Service, all you have to do is just tick mark and configure these things so that your index creation is going to be properly configured. Finally, once your index store is done, once your indexer is running and is creating the proper data index, you are going to get an enhanced index, which is basically giving you much more insightful information from that. Now, after this, there is one question which is coming in mind is, can't we persist this extracted information permanently in some kind of a store? The answer is yes. And that store is actually known as knowledge store. Knowledge store is nothing but some kind of a storage account or some kind of a location where you're going to store the process data. Remember, this data which you are provided as a source, this is not a process data. This is something which is a normal data. But after applying all this AI enhancements, when you are going to have a data which is purely index associated with that, you can store this thing in a storage account or a blob storage account kind of a thing. But in this also, you can store this thing in three different formats, or basically this is what we call store projections. We can have three different projections available in that. If you have a data in an object format, then you can store this thing in the JSON document. This is basically called object projections. If you have data which is in table format, that is known as table projections, which can be stored in the relatable relational schema and extracted fields, which can be stored in the blob tables. I hope you know in the storage account, you have tables, queues, files, and containers, something like this. So we can store the table projections in the storage table. We can store objects and JSON documents in the binary large object, blobs, containers basically. And you have a file projections also, which are basically going to store the images kind of data, which can be stored in the files, which can be Azure files as well. Now, this is nothing but that knowledge store, which is allowing you to store this enriched data, which is created after this AI enhancements. And obviously, we have one lab associated with this. You will be doing this lab, or you will be seeing this lab in the next video. So just make sure you understand how to deal with this, how to create an index, how to query an index, and how to persist projections in the knowledge store. This is what we're going to see in the next lab. But before you go for the lab, let's do the one last and final knowledge check of this particular AI 103 course. and that is here. Pause this video, guess your answer, and after this, I will reveal the answers. Okay, first question. Which component of an Azure AI search solution is scheduled to extract and enrich data to populate an index? The right answer is indexer. Second question, which service supports built-in AI skills in Azure AI Search? The right answer is Foundry Tools. And what kind of projection results in a relational data schema for extracted fields? The right answer is table. Now, obviously, these are the simplest answers which are there. Now, one thing which I want to share right now is if you have successfully completed all the videos, if you have successfully done all the labs of AI-103 course, I want you to complete this one last lab as well. But this last lab is not having very much weightage on this. Remember, we have spent 4 days. We have gone through almost 25 modules in this particular course. And with each of these modules, we understood various things. Now, the next thing is basically you are going to go for a certification of AI-103. If you have enrolled into this course for certification exam, I strongly recommend you to connect with me on our skilltech.club channel, and you can also go to our website, which is https://skilltech.club, and arrange one mentor call with me. I will be more than happy to help you with your certification preparations. And remember, there are some tips and tricks, there are some do's and don'ts in AI-103 exam. I would love to guide you on that. And if you're really serious about certification exam of AI-103, connect with me. I'll be more than happy to guide you in this. That's it from my side. This is Maruti Makwana signing out. I hope you have enjoyed this course. I hope you have learned a lot of things in this. And if there is something which you would like to share with me, connect with me on LinkedIn, connect with me on any other social media platform which you are active at, and tag me when you clear the AI-103 certification. That's it from my side. God bless you. Thank you so much. Happy learning.